What's up, guys? This is BK here from the Let's Get It podcast. I'll be your host today. In conjunction with Suria KLCC and in attempts to promote Mental Health Awareness Month, we will be discussing the topic of cyberbullying. To be more specific, digital doppelgangers, the terrifying power of online impersonation. So joining me today, we have the lovely Lesley Cheam, multilingual MC, host, spokesperson, a model, and the crowned Miss Universe Malaysia in 2022. Give it up for Lesley.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Lesley Cheam, Miss Universe Malaysia 2022.
Hi Lesley, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Yeah, I saw you having a bite of your protein bar.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, so
That's usually my breakfast.
okay. I see. You're very committed to this physique of yours.
We have to.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, we are here to discuss the topic of cyberbullying. Let me first just define what digital doppelganger actually means. So, digital doppelgangers can be defined as an individual who impersonates the identity of another person online, which could also be done using AI technology these days to generate images and create fake profiles of the actual person. This practice of online impersonation happens in pretty much all your platforms, social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and I've actually been a victim on YouTube myself. Maybe later we'll get more into that. Yeah, but online impersonation has definitely risen heaps along the years. And I think that you could say that this increment is actually accelerating. And a reason for this increment, I would say, is due to the fact that the advancement of technology today, which makes it much more easier and accessible for someone to just steal your whole profile online. And unfortunately, I think it could actually be done within just a few clicks of a button. Yeah, so Lesley, let me ask you something.
Okay, Brian.
How easy is it these days, right, to steal another person's photos, videos, contents, and make it their own?
I think it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Like you just have to save the picture.
Yes.
And then know some information from Facebook, the info. That's it. Then you can impersonate in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, Lesley, have you yourself actually been a victim to online impersonation?
I think in terms of like online impersonation, got profile stolen and using my picture to sell their things or like trying to scam people. I think all of that I have gotten.
Okay, so how did this happen? Like when, and how many times has it happened?
My profile being stolen when I was in USA, and
Yes.
I wasn't aware until like my profile was locked out. So when I used my Instagram in USA, I'm like, why is it locked out? That's so weird. So when I try to log in, it's not available anymore. And I try to go to my Gmail and find out too. So they will send you a verification code, right? After you write down your forgot password thing. So I try to check when I was in Gmail. I'm like, no, the verification code is correct.
Yeah.
And then I key it again in my Instagram, and then it's not working, you know. So then when I realized that, oh my god, my profile was stolen, and it's stolen by Turkish people.
Okay, so how did you know it was Turkish people? Like, where did you see that fake profile, like that emulated profile of you? Where did you see it?
So I received an email in Gmail. So they were written like your profile was being logged in Turkish. Yeah, in Turkey.
Yeah,
sorry,
so you
in
had to
Turkey,
translate it for you to understand.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's in Turkish, and then I saw it's like in Turkey. So that's when I realized that a Turkish.
Oh, you saw their location where they're actually doing it.
Correct. Because they have sent you like, okay, you just log in Turkey, you know, and then they will ask you also like, do you think this is you, right? So you
okay.
get
So
that.
sometimes, I think I noticed, and they'll say like an unidentified
Yeah, correct.
device has
Yes.
logged in from this
Yes.
location,
Yeah.
and it's not in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess the question would be like, how did you feel at that moment? Because I know. Keep in mind, this is very much so related to your work, right?
Correct.
This online profile of yours. So how did you feel at that moment?
Oh my god, that's so devastating. That's also like very worrying because I called like my company and told them about this, and then they're like, That is very hard because this situation, a lot of people have experienced it, like get stolen profile, but they have never gotten back their profile. So that's what I was worrying, because I just competed in the international stage,
Yeah.
where I got the most attention, or like the viewership and stuff like that. People are looking at us that time.
Your career was on the high.
Correct.
Yeah.
And one of it is like they can scam my people or my followers. Secondly, it's like my thing is gone, you know, like
Sorry,
everything.
was this the Miss Universe competition?
Correct, during that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was right after.
Yes, right
Yeah.
after the
that's,
competition.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously these scammers probably took note of you from that event, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what did you see them doing with your profile?
Oh, I think they are trying to scam people. So in the story, I can see they are putting their business logo, what they are doing in their business. It's like asking people to join their business, and then you will get a very big reward, stuff like that.
They would use pictures of you,
Yeah.
but I guess not videos of you talking, because
No.
it doesn't suit their message.
Correct.
So they use pictures of you and just type captions of like, okay, join my business or something like
Correct,
that.
yes.
Okay,
So using my picture in their profile, where they're also very smart. So they have deleted most of my picture, and then they leave like one picture of me, like it's a Miss Universe Malaysia, and then so that people will trust, and then they will post it on story about it. Yeah.
So that people would trust. To me, it seems a little fishy.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you go about it? Like, did you... how long did you have to wait for a response after you reported, stuff like that?
It took like about 3 months. Finally, I got back my profile.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time, because on Instagram there's no support center, right? So you have to go through Facebook, and then when I go through Facebook, they were like, oh, you have to do this. So eventually, the last step of taking back my profile is by having a number on your paper. So you write down the number on your paper they send to you, and then you take that paper and take a picture with it.
Okay, let me ask you, Lesley. So just now I asked you how you felt the moment, right? And how you reacted the moment you got your profile stolen. What do you think the effects were on you, like mental and emotionally after that?
Oh, that was worrying. I would say that during that time, it's a little bit depressing, because it's like my work. Like my main work is on Instagram.
Yeah.
So when it got stolen, I was worrying so much that what if I couldn't get back my account? So what if they scam people and it became a huge thing, and then someone just got hurt or something like that? So a lot of thoughts have been in my head, and what can I do to avoid things happen, you know, and to get back my account, of course.
Apart from that particular experience after the Miss Universe,
Yeah.
right, where you were, you had your profile completely taken away from you. Did you ever have any other experiences like that?
Yeah, other than being impersonate using my profile,
Uh-huh.
before that, when I won Miss Universe Malaysia, it was a big cyberbully happen on my profile, on other profile, in the whole country, I would say, because even when I walk out, like people stranger will come and like, are you okay? Are you feeling okay now? You know, so that time was a big wave on this mental health issue that I have. So I used to have like anxiety. It just make it worse that time after I won the title. Yeah.
Let me ask you about your anxiety. So, did this derive from the cyberbullying or your online account getting impersonated?
No, it is more of cyberbullying. There's no impersonate at all, but they always like to, like, you know, create new profile to just, you know, just hurt you or bully you. So they make it a big wave that people just want to join.
Are these profiles that
Yeah.
emulate you? No.
No. They didn't copy my image.
You're
Yeah.
saying that these are like, it looks like anonymous accounts.
Yes, correct.
Okay. The keyboard warriors.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the sort of like mean messages they would send to you?
Wow.
Like,
About everything.
comments or message directly?
Everything. Yeah. That time I think I received, like, when I click in my inbox, I think the request box was like 200, 300. Just call me and ask me to go, you know, kill myself, stuff like that. Yeah, it was quite bad. Yeah.
And do you think these were actually real people? Or
I think they are real people. It's just maybe they have like different accounts to just call me.
okay, yeah, it's like they call it a burner account where
Correct.
you can just
Create.
say bad stuff to people
Yeah.
that you don't like. Well, I mean, if you wanna talk about the psychology of these people, right? These cyberbullies, right? Most of the time, they're not exactly in the best mental state themselves,
Yeah, true.
right? There's a saying, hurt people, right? So a person who is hurt himself emotionally has this tendency to hurt another person.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So how did you actually do you still get it right now at this moment?
At this moment, I would say sometimes in comments, but inbox not really anymore.
So what was the reason for that flood of messages in your inbox? It was because you've just won the 2022 title,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. So part of it is like they feel like I don't deserve it. Part of it is like because one of my content. So they think that it's not appropriate to post this kind of content, but it was
see.
like a long time ago. So someone just recorded my story just to attack me when I win.
Okay, and also it could just be like maybe some of your competitors who
Yeah,
are...
they have mentioned it, but yeah.
okay, you actually think there would be some of them who create these fake accounts to just attack you?
That would be maybe, and another one would be they said maybe a competitor is trying to record that story of mine. So I posted a story on Instagram before even the final. So they recorded that story just to make sure if I win, they're gonna post the story out, just to let people to see, oh, let's take a look at Miss Universe Malaysia. She had done something like that. Yeah. Just to attack me.
What was that story about, if you don't mind me asking?
So I was in Bali and I bought a souvenir that Bali is famous for. So like it's a genitalia shape.
I see.
Yeah. So that is something that is very common in Bali. So I
It's
bought
just
it.
a fun souvenir.
Yes, correct. So
Yeah.
I recorded it on story as usual. Like we just want to have some fun. So I was like, oh, I bought this souvenir. So people like recorded that story of mine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess at that point it affected you inside, but you knew that. Did you feel secure in the fact that you've already won the title? Then it was not going to affect, like they wouldn't take away the title because of that. This hate that you were getting.
I would say that the hate that I'm getting, it's not the main factor that my title will be gone. I think the main factor will be if you are personally attacking the people, then it might be. Yeah. So if you don't do anything or like you don't attack people, I don't think the title will be stripped.
Oh, you mean yourself being
Yeah.
the person that attacks? Yeah, of course, because
yeah.
they can't have a Miss Universe winner that has that sort of attitude,
Yeah,
right?
correct,
Yeah, the whole
yes.
reason why we're talking about cyberbullies, it's not something that people should aspire to be, and as I mentioned before, they're not in an ideal state of mind. That's why they do sort of things like that. Yeah.
I would say that as Malaysia is one of the top lists in cyberbullying, right? So I think like maybe we can do more on like mental health awareness and trying to help people on their mental health.
Because of that case, people are there's certain rules and regulations that our government is actually trying to implement to try and make these to make cyberbullying a less common thing, or maybe put out more stricter fines. That's something that I'm happy to see. It's definitely a step forward. Yeah.
I think government has a big part on it, like the world mental health issue and also cyberbullying. This too is like government is our leader in this country, right? As well as us, the influencers. So I think we should really work together and make this happen. So firstly, to solve the world mental health issue, like any issue like anxiety, depression, because when people are happy, they won't try to hurt other people, right? So if you're healthy mentally, you wouldn't want to hurt someone mentally. So I think you should really solve the main problem and then further to prevent the cyberbullying happen. I think talking about it is really important, and how you express it, how you really confront the matter or like the problem that you're having is really important.
What are some of your final thoughts on how people can prevent?
Okay, like
being
prevent cyberbullying.
falling victims to these cyberbullying or just online impersonations.
Okay, I think to me as a public figure, I try to avoid like very personal thing. Like so, I don't always expose my friends, my family. It's just better to protect my own circle, So like one part is my work, but one part is like my personal life that I don't want to expose to people. Yeah.
Okay,
so I think
understand.
that is like the way to protect me and my family and my friends.
Yeah, understand. Yeah, actually completely agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode covering cyberbullying. I hope it was insightful to you guys. Don't forget to report all stolen profiles that you see online. It's really going to help out, and stay aware of digital doppelgangers. Give it up for Lesley Cheam, and I'm BK, your host.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.